Banbor bipila yal money Bible bipila yeg ton Bible yan mule ga jogan bol raja punya na kamder untong jog anta wana jog boy ana aju dem fanta doy dol dem be gamu diani karanguloy ibul bol kam dutiam Alama yang aja bara beliu pada borge centorir Iti padog hidu loipun Hidu kaya kone tong weruti Doke lomge kiri kore nyirabai Ayen rian gil Jadi tulung ngajungan ay Buton kumbai ngapodi di garang Ngajungan jogerom Yen yen ngkura Dan junub kuan nyiriat Ajir pun kuyalit Ayen rong werti Acara kumajin Kutana pai Nangar Mayar morakwei Irane jutu gejanya Kurane bumpur Atong Peci kegadian Riere kerap yoko kukawa Ranjene koge kacil Lewa beburngot Ayal lename Kumakwe Manyang Nangakir yang romlo Kekwada Manyang kumajang Kuduk Inti bida kutona Kajang Unyupai Wekaca mo Kecin dia Nedol Berhenti Wekudya Kupata lagi Alama yang aja Para beli upana Bor kecin torir Eti kwadog hidu loipun Hidu kaya kone tong werti Doge lumbe kiri kore nyirabai Ayen rian gil Jadi tulung ngajungan ay Buton kumbai ngapodi di garang Ngajungan jogerom Yen yen ngkura Dan junub kuan nyiriat Ajir pun kuebet Ayen rong wertin Acara kumajin Kutana pai Nangar Mayar morakwei Irane jutu gejanya Kurane pumpur Atong Peci kegadian Riere kerap yoko kukawa Ranjene koge kacil Lewa beburngot Ayang lengamer Kumakwe Manyang Nangakir yang romlo Kekwada Manyang kumajang Kunduk Inti bida kutona Kajang Unyukwe mujuk Kaca mo Kecin dia Nedol berhenti Wekudya Kupata lagil Banbota Cinke wanwantin Yeke dome gato Keza yeko Kunyeme wong makwe natong Ajwe bida kumoindu Kujipi mani Banbu Ajakguong Ton mongwa Kulu yir kujibar Wekaruga Maruti Joy Pinyang bangkit Ayang abora je Para becenton Juwar kok Ayi koiro gertin Banbota Cinke wanwantin Makur Yeke dome gato Keza yeko Kunyeme wong makwe natong Ajwe bida kumoindu Kujipi mani Madul Ajakguong Kulu yir kujibar Wekaruga Maruti Joy Pinyang bangkit Ayang abora je Para becenton Juwar kok Ayi koiro gertin Kaunti waristet Keja yuk Pandane jolbur Nangisten kini Dikewa Kwaju Kediam keje Mendari Kubar kata Lai gamerida Maliwo Aito Ayu berkong nyokik Waji kebeliu Kwa jangin Kwa mari dutan Makur Yena kenyuwe Kari juga kecepan Buria ketol Rinke unami Riere jongbit Oga eyit Kekoidur kebai Kukayu kediam Rie diri ngaliwa Kaunti waristet Keja yuk Pandane jolbur Nangisten kiri Dikewa Kwaju kediam keje Bemajum dari Kubar kata Lai kamerida Maliwo Aito Ayu berkong nyokik Waji kebeliu Kwa jangin Kwa mari dutan Yena kenyuwe Kari juga kecepan Buria kedol Rinke unami Riere jongbit Oga eyit Kekoidur kebai Kukayu kediam Rie diri ngaliwa Majurang meken Junub kong Aye ping kenyin Aje pingit Awan makura gong Menginyor Kwendaun di jor Boyen ke namawan Bebai banget Ken jong kele Jawuran Makwe Pola Yum, Majuku, Adong Magwe, Ekwe Mangan, Mariaga Puya Mande, Majuku Wungai, Marmakwe Pola Yum, Majuku, Adong Magwe, Ekwe Mangan, Mariaga Puya Mande, Majuku, Majuk, Ton Mamang Mamak, Jawuran Makwe Pola Yum, Majuku, Adong Magwe, Ekwe Mangan, Mariaga Puya Mande, Majuku Wungai, Marmakwe Pola Yum. You adong my way up the way man. Mariaga Puya Mande, you again. You know why I did it. I keep it. How in Makura go, Manyang. When I did your boy in the number one. If I ever not, then you will make my team a goodbye. Pon my water, no, I keep you born. Wherever you can legislate, King Tung to Ajakguong.
All right, thank you very much, our production engineer, Deng Akuei. Thanks for that beautiful song. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Wherever you are watching us from, it may not be morning, it may be afternoon or evening. But we give you warm greetings from our studios in Juba. We could die war with ya, Taga Australia, will Taga America, will Taga Juba, will Taga South Sudan. Kuwe chuka mo, kuwe chuka lor, badai these programs. We are coming to you live from Ajakguong Studio in Juba. And this is in collaboration with the Voice of Reconciliation, which is a radio station in Bor and it is also online. I am your host, Manyang David Mayar, with my pro and co-host, Deng Akuei, who is actually behind the computer. You cannot see him now. Today, we are bringing you to watch live special editions on exclusive and timely conversation on a matter of great concern on the youth leaderships and stakeholders of the Boer Community Youth Associations. You know that youth associations or youth in Juba are actually contesting for the chairmanship of the Boer for the Boer Community Youth Association in Juba. So as the 2025-2027 season begins, some concerns have been raised around the integrity, independency, and procedural conducts of the electoral process. Questions are emerging. Who holds the rightful mandate to convene electoral meetings? Is it the IEC truly functioning independently or as required by the law? Eka keke ka buga jami, kojuj ay jam kuloenga, yeni suppose be meetings ke electoral committee ya chol the outgoing chairperson were Kurmajip, or is it actually the Independent Electoral Committee that is actually in place? So to respond to these questions and many other things, we have none other than Muolana David Malith Ngang Reech, who is actually the chairperson for the Independent Electoral Commission. So Mr. Muolana, you are welcome to the studio of Ajakguong to discuss this matter. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. My brother, Deng Akuei, thank you for having me here.
Yen watch it, we have to begin straight away. They called you chairperson of the Independent Electoral Committee. Independent. So can you tell our viewers and those who are listening, how independent are you in this process?
Well, I will speak in Dinka and I will make a Independent Electoral Committee. One chairperson.
Microphone.
Yeah, you a chairperson, and in this case, the chairperson of BCYA, Council for Yuan, in a Kwanyan. Now, na chukwan, ika ilat from General Assembly. General Assembly be endorsed. And from the time Chennai endorsed, it ben independent. The independent in sense that Achira and Kwanyen Chiber Nyai. Rana Kwanyen in power now been a ben Nyai. Manyang. Kidero along long guide. Achi ben a long somewhere. Long ka guide and long tung twing the constitution BCYA. Long number 2, which is also in conformity with BCYA constitution, I bylaws. Bylaws actually identify is a interpretation of the constitution in Gajaloi. So long guide. So okay. So AI independent in those two ways. That a chukwan, Kurana kwanya na chilu banyai. And then Lunbelu a guide by the law. So actually interference with Ben Benetong tong rana kwanya. Kidero finance, kidia finance that are independent, in which the will be called maktab in terms of finance. Walang our finance. Although we start with them when we requested General Assembly, they sponsored the General Assembly. They gave us 10 million South Sudanese pound for the conduct of General Assembly, because by then we had no money. We did not call the General Assembly and there was no money. So that is how independent it is. And then also independent in a sense that we have to be transparent and do the right thing. That is through the media and follow the rules and regulations. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Achanyelwel were independent. And these ones can easily be said than done. Members of the public I concern in Muolana, we may not, or we have some skepticism about the independence of Muolana Malith Ngang team. So can you take them through the practical steps that shows that you are actually independent? Like Guarcheni General Assembly, Chene Chol, that you have been doing, your general body language, the way you called the leadership during the General Assembly, all these things have made some other people to be skeptical about your independence. So what are the practical steps that you are actually employing to show that we're independent? You mean the name that you have.
Thank you so much. We understand that there are concerns, and one of the concern is calling of requesting the executive to call a General Assembly. The council Akuei or Akuei is the long-term friend, and if we take things on let's say on the basis that you know somebody or you have been friend, then we cannot be independent. What will make us independent are the things that I have explained. Now, let me go direct to the issue of calling the General Assembly. Constitutionally, the BCYA constitution, there are roles of the executive. And one of the role of the executive to call a meeting, General Assembly meeting. That is their work. Now, let's come to the role of the Electoral Committee. Now, the role of Electoral Committee, it is in the Constitution as well, annex in the Constitution, Annex 1, 3, it says powers and function of the IEC. Now, the function of the IEC, I can read them out if we have time shortly. I'll do it very, very quick. There are only 3. Just bear with me. See, in the Constitution, Annex 1, almost at the end, Sorry for the delay. I supposed to have a hot coffee.
Dole pan bor bipin la yal yal money buy ben bipin la yal.
Says, right.
Dole pan bor bipin la yal yal money buy ben bipin la yal money buy ben. Kan mo la jogon. Bor braja. Kunya na kamder. Kun tong jok.
The function A, the IEC shall perform the following function: design the application form for the contest of the position of chairperson. Now, let me go direct to that, to our area, because I have already wasted time. And then number 2, ensure the voters vote. Number 3, which is C, organize election of the BCYA. Number D, determine the contestation fee. E, oversee the smooth conduct of the election. And F, document, publish, and announce results. Publish, and announce results. G, receive and scrutinize any contestant, academic document. Now, with those functions, there is no a function to call the General Assembly meeting.
But it tells you to. Is my mic on? But it also tells you to organize the elections. And organizing elections also means calling for the meetings so that the General Assembly can approve something.
Yes. Now, as a legal-minded person, I know the wrong has been done before. People have been doing it as if it is correct, but it was not correct. If there is a body, the executive was not dissolved. So there was a body.
Yeah, so
And if there is a body
yeah,
for us to organize, for us to,
again, yes.
yeah.
What you call a to English jarit.
Okay.
Yeah, lakina ye really are ke bylaws or the constitution that IEC can organize. Organize a badware, baloy, badware involves calling for a meeting.
It is true. Organize involve a lot. Now, it is me who went to the executive and told them that I need the General Assembly. You call the General Assembly for me because I know it is their job. But what I'm going to tell the General Assembly is mine.
Yeah.
So I went to the executive and told them that I need the General Assembly. If they refuse to call the General Assembly,
Absolutely.
I can call a General Assembly. But if there is a body in which we are not in a conflict, I can tell them, and I request that you call me on this date, the General Assembly, and they did. So it is a part of organization.
Okay. So you're part of
And it is according to their job, their roles. If there was a role that said that you can call a General Assembly meeting, I would have done it. But there is nothing I have seen. It is only the Constitution that give the executive the power to call a General Assembly. Whoever that, even a community leader, if you need the General Assembly, you will go to that body and say, I need the General Assembly.
Before I cut you short, wrong thing has been already committed. And then about went there before you came in. What was that?
You know, kito public no me that na the electoral committee kujo kwan. Ikali be General Assembly, General Assembly meeting short. That was wrong, and wrong should not be
You
referenced.
have to watch it. Yeah.
That was wrong, and that wrong should not be referenced. So we know the public knows this is how it is being done.
Okay, how about in a situation whereby Ran Yenito in the leadership now, Akuei Unico, Yenika took a chair. How about now call Belui rerun or been by a coach again, who can have some interest to prevent those meetings from going on? Yeah, I see.
First of all, if he's ready to run,
Yeah.
then he has to take a neutral position. He cannot make any decision. There would be somebody acting in his position, and that person will receive a request. If there is no one, take for example, if the office has been dissolved, our office is not dissolved because the term is finishing on the 10th of September. So the office is still there, but if there is no office, we can request because there is no one that can do it for us. We can do it.
Okay.
And we will not be wrong.
Good. So Keto Kami IEC can the leadership of the BCYA is request.
Request, yes.
So and cooperation.
Cooperation. And if they refuse, I can call it.
So you are not being led by hand. In kiri domchin could be tell.
It is me who went to them and told them that I need a meeting.
Okay.
And they did,
Okay.
as I requested. And you have seen in the General Assembly. They told the General Assembly that this meeting was called by the IEC, and they will tell you why they called the meeting, and we did.
Yeah.
We ran the entire program.
Yeah, we went to examine, we went to excavate exactly what is in you that actually makes you independent. Actually. So, will you be seeking approval from the current leadership of the BCYA?
No, not at all.
How?
The reason why I say not at all, there are rules. There is constitution and bylaws that will guide us. And they have not said that you have to consult with them. No.
So here in the past, BCYA elections have been conducted. And people who are maybe our viewers who are not actually well versed all constitutions. So there is an example that BCY elections in the past, shared by Dr. Burquer. IEC has been engaging General Assembly directly and independently. And they're saying, why is it not the same this time under Muolana Malith Ngang Reech?
I will not say that the person that the former chairperson of the IEC did wrong, but as a legal-minded person, I know very well that it is not work of the IEC chairperson. If the office is there, but if they're in office, you can take it for the benefit of the public. So I know it was done before, and that's what I was saying. You know, the wrong was done as if it was correct, but it was wrong. Because if we go through the law, there is no basis of the IEC chairperson calling the meeting. When the executive is there, there is no basis. And the executive calling the meeting does not take away our independence. Our independence will be taken away if at all we can be removed. Kurayun cannot remove us now. Even if he is doing what, he cannot remove us because we have been he appoints us and we have been endorsed by the public. That is our power. That is independence. Number two, we have our own money. We can do what we want now. And independence is based on those two. It does not based on how you talk with somebody. No. How you talk with somebody is credibility. It is something to do with credibility.
Okay. So maybe we will be having that may be going on behind the scene that people are not seeing. One of the examples is the credentials, academic credentials of the two candidates. We know that these credentials were reviewed by you. How can you tell the public they were actually accredited or authenticated, all these online in-class documents? What can you say about that?
Thank you so much. The candidates are very good candidates. They even do a job for us. What they did, they put their document authenticated online. We will have done them, we will have explained and put it. But they put it even before we explained. We went through the document. They are from accredited universities, credible universities, and they have been authenticated. Those are legal documents, all of them. The 6 documents we found. And they put them online. So for the public, they have to go and check in Ajakguong, Makunatong, and other media, standard media. They will get them, they are there.
Okay.
They put exactly the document they gave us.
You were telling the media that you are going to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Malay what it is because the scripts can talk and walk in English. So I you go alone in English, but we will try. Abu tembu bu jam tong jeng. Now, yen gon jamin one media and chala media kulwel cake. We will even consult with the universities and we can even consult online to see that they are appropriate and they are legal documents. Did you do that?
As a lawyer, a document, document you authenticated, you group it, verify. By who? By the university that gave it. And then by the foreign affairs of that country winning its own thing. Then now it will come to South Sudan if it is from another country. will come to South Sudan and you take it to the embassy. They stamp it again. And then the embassy of that country, they stamp it again. Now we cannot verify. We will only use that because it's a legal document.
Great.
But if it has not been authenticated, we will try to use our means to verify online.
So both of our candidates, Dr. Paul Thonagok and Elijah Manyang are qualified to run for the BCYA 2025 elections. That is what David Muolana, David Malith Ngang Reech is saying as the IEC. Now, we need to turn to another topic. We have examined your independency. You have actually explained your strength and how independent you are. Can you also tell us your challenges that you are facing currently? Because we know the outgoing share at all. And in elections there, and presidents, here Corbero Alloy, Ben Benjel, Ayen Korean being succeeded. Kemanagol Majurachol coming to Bureau and going on like that. Ayinge Kor, Bichirker and Pionde, Yenebere Tuch, look it. Are you facing challenges of this kind in your current role?
No, Ajato. Can look Ajato. Ranchol Kura UN Council, Kura UN. Kunaye Kibetor, Kidikin and Bayri Tingrani, and long run a betor of it. So I can challenges on that side. The challenge is talking work finance. Yella time. Any problem can work. One challenge is the finance. Na you on time, election on time. Election is scheduled on the 20th of July. Una bowu kekachira wara kana. Lekin achu bogate deliver war. Those are the challenges. Kele being it or where finance. But maktab watching challenges. Can look watching challenges. Independent sida ato. Wukwa ato wukwan le work Iran. I will be election ngay tulke gachi to man. But we will work ato. Ukot team to a team rare. So I think challenges interference below a liu. I think
Okay. Now, there is a questions as we are also following. Who is actually the public voice during the electoral process? Rani is supposed to be ajam yen go ajam kulwela kena broloy kena loyrot. During the General Assembly, that Secretary General of the outgoing executive was a little bit involved, and also the Secretary General of the IEC. So who is actually the voice that the public will pay attention to? Public during this current period.
In fact, he's supposed to lawyer Amada no colonel. He into key digital Secretary General of the BCYA. Yen gechi ben kuchola bun kuliu long to kuchol chairperson ba mar kuliu to kului could hand over to my secretary and me and my group. We run. Talk maktab to abu ke gachol just like members of the public. In ge support better. So it is only our secretary in ge support be running all those one. Along ko be luel ka lot of secretary da. In ge support ben theater.
Good. But what on Tuesday, since that General Assembly meeting, and since the campaign was officially launched, these 2 days, what can you tell the public? In the two camps, Camp Tonago, Camp Elijah Manyang. The campaign is there. Are there issues that people can be worried of?
In the last 2 days, I can issue ping. Other than call we complain online, then I IEC is a problem. Mamar Chol, I can complain to Ben. That took Ben best. We cannot consider them defamation or something like that. My opinion. So I can challenges so now I can issues to ping in the last 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will go for a short musical break, and then we'll come back with the second segment of this interview.
Thank you.
And
Tualapan bor bipila yal money Bible bipila yeg on Bible and mulaga jogan bor braja kunyana kamder kun tong jog ata wana jogo believe pan the board getting torir. The tea quadro eat and loipon. Eat the kayaton a tongue where it take. Doke long way a kill a car and yirabai. I am a ringil. Did it all long and my young and I put on combine my 40 the garang. A young jogger on young Kura and you know one year. I cheer for women. I am a run with Ajara kumajin kutana pai mangar Mayar morakwai Iran jutu gajanya kurana pumpurato Pichike gajang Priere kirapyo kukukawa Ranjene koge kachilo wababurngot Ayala name kumakwe Manyang Nakir yagarombo Jekwala Manyang kumajang kunduk Ibibi da kutona kajang Unyupai Wikachamo Bijin diene dol Wuriti yer wudya Kupata lagi Alana yang ache para beli upane bor kecin torir Etir kwadrog yidi dua ipun Yidi kaya tone tong wuriti Doge lumbi kir kore nyirabai Ayene ringil Kidi dulu Nima junganai Puton kumbai Mafodi degaron Majunga jogerom Yen yenam kura Dan junub kuan yiriya Ajir pun kwebe Ayene rung wirtin Ajara kumajin Kutana kway Mangar Mayar morakway Iran jutu gajanya Kurana pumpuratom Pichike gajang Priere kirapyo kukukawa Ranjene koge kachilo wababurngot Ayag namer kumakwe Manyang Nakir yagarombo Jekwala Manyang kumajang kunduk Ibibi da kutona kajang Unyukwe mujuk kachamo Bijin diene dawurati yer wudya Kupata lagil Panbota chinke wanwantin Yeke dome gato Pesa yeko kunyene wong makwe natong Ajebi da kumoindu Kujipi mani Panbota Ajakguong Ton mongwa Kulu yir kujiber Wekaruga Maruti Choy Pinyang bante Ayanga bora je Para bejenton Juwarko Ayi koiro gertin Panbota chinke wanwantin Makur Yeke dome gato Pesa yeko kunyene wong makwe natong Ajebi da kumoindu Kujipi mani Komadul Ajakguong Kulu yir kujiber Wekaruga Maruti Choy Pinyang bante Ayanga bora je Para bejenton Juwarko Ayi koiro gertin County what is dead to get a yoke Pandane cholbur Long is ten kiri Bika walk Why you get young get ye Mundari Kubargata like America Maliwo I thought I will come yoke Why chiga believe Kwa jami mwa mari tutan Makur Yelage nyuwe Kari juba keche Panbur yakadol Rinke unami Riere jongit Oga eid Kakoi dur kabai Kukayu getiang Riedi rinaliwa County what is dead to get a yoke Pandane cholbur Long is ten kiri Bika walk Why you get young get ye Bima jumlari Kubargata like America Maliwo I thought I will come young Why chiga believe Kwa jani mwa mari tutan Yelage nyuwe Kari juba keche Panbur yakadol Rinke unami Riere jongdip Oga eid Kakoi dur kabai Kukayu getiang Riedi rinaliwa
All right, viewers around the globe and in Juba, which you go more again, which you go we are still continuing with the legal issues and procedural issues ke BCYA in Juba, according to their constitution. In the studio here, Manyang David Mayar, who is a journalist, and Muolana David Malith Ngang Reech, who is actually the chairperson of the IEC. Watch it die in the screen, and we have seen some of your comments, which are very good. They are welcome. We have also seen watch it die, watching some of the questions. One from Deng Akuei, and then the other one from Jong Deng. Ke answer din Molana. Ayi mayom nga supposed to be IEC bekwan. The General Assembly or the outgoing youth leader. In this case, Kurayuen.
Thank you. Mayomacha Lejer Dintontin, the question in GT, a very good question. And it is clear in the Constitution, Annex 1. Annex 1, 2, number 2. Annex 1, number 2. I will run members of the Electoral Committee, fine, chairperson, but approved or endorsed by 2/3 of the General Assembly, which was done.
Very good. So yin mayom ding kwai in ke chaping tang Muolana Malith David Malith. I kene some a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whereby the names of the IC members, including the chair, Ajakguong Studio, and then people were asked. The General Assembly was asked to approve it. So kaya kitchen be mang kaya rubejor showing the approval of the General Assembly. Now let's go to the second question from Jong Deng, who is actually that you have written down. So respond to him directly.
Jong Deng, thank you. Jong Deng, I will na way ko executive wega yung below. Okay, executive are just member of the public in this case. And if now we run, the law will deal with him or her. Interference in the bigger law, and really to watch all either Benny community. Watch all Benny community, we can call Payam leaders and other leaders in the community. And then we say, Nana, de Lui Kogaki, what you do in career token work. Actually, book a charge. But while the Benny community, sure will book a call book a yogi mod.
Look, be honest to report that in case it happens.
Yes, I can. I'm very sure of that.
Of course, yeah, maybe a little bit because of interest.
My integrity is very important than the election.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to the second segment of this live streaming. Here in Biwajala in Muolana, the electoral process. We know there will be voter registrations has started. So you need to a little bit bawogle ketinko about that. A lot of issues that happens during the voter registrations. Come sections, coming to Boma, coming to you, or coming to Payam and then to you. How will you ensure that the real voters or the voter list is going to be credible
Thank
and
you.
not manipulated?
Thank you. In the last election, or the previous election, there have been some issues. Although I did not vote, there were some issues. One of the issues that the list that is brought by the section of the women's leaders sometimes don't reach the electoral committee. Actually, electoral committee actually do it. Because kira loy, ajal kuya ngai loy, but hero loy. Then nana dekarin ke bo section iti alu ban kuarga at payam level. Kuteorin ko. Now koko paya koko section iti binyina dekarin ka kinagala. Until na jul confirmation loy leke yo kwetu lek. Ina rin koko tem rule. Kina chuta buloy. And nana deka the original list have been from the section and from the boomer. Lui ke touch. Kina list ben gonna koko payam. Now we'll make it easy for us to confirm what is written here in Kegeto section, in section papers or boomers. So we can control it. The second, I ballot, I voting ID card, voting card. Voting card, there are some regularities in it. There are low, check it away, but there are low in the previous election. In a voting card in a watch ready to now you'll have no choice. But deal cheber. The can voting card about talking to work, necessary. You think it's necessary, but not necessary about talking to work. About be a you don't work. It can have boy because a catch. Now why are I catching the lunar control thing? Alba in sure na the ben war or chinamo when I learn more catching the loy. When I wear them you can be charged and we can even terminate your candidacy.
So that is very interesting. So you are saying you will be keeping the voting card
Voting card.
until
If
the
it is
voting
necessary.
day.
We might not issue them. We might use only ballot papers because they're waste of money.
Okay.
We have seen that.
How about the IDs themselves? The ID
Yes.
of the voter.
The IDs.
Which one will you be using?
We will be using national IDs, the Jinsia and the passport, and then birth certificate. These are the three documents we will be using.
Okay. Now we have gone through the process. Rana Cherin Gor, valid ID, Kuyene Yen, maybe Kiden be new the voter or a delegate.
You'll be given a serial number.
Ukabijala Woj Bijala Chwer. Vote counting comes next. How will you be making sure that vote counting is transparent and fair? During the last elections, Kota Kajirir a rate up to 2 a.m. in the morning. Hilo Roda Kuch. How is the public going to know Yonguluaika Kubathongna? How can you tell us something about that?
Let me begin with voting itself. We are intending to have 3 lines from each payam. That will be 15 lines.
15 lines.
15 lines. And we are intending to start voting at 6 and finish at 4. Strictly. And we'll talk to them. Because our delegates are 2,500. And maybe not all of them that will come. But let's say 2,500. So we are intending voting time to be 6 o'clock. We'll be there early. Arrangement will be done the day before. For lines, we'll put the line. And then each and every table, out of that 15 table, you will have 2 agents from each. So that if now we run to win your die, so from each candidate, I belong to agents. I become Robin long pro longer, Quran, we dom, I did dom of shell. Each table, 15 of them. In get a bulloy. Nachi, wouldn't which loy, Kayin lot to the ran one bilagam voting card, voting paper, ballot paper. Then what be ngadi abu ke tau? What be to the chwara buloy? Can chi be a timbi? Then I think you the tick. Then we'll go chwara kre kujala. In get a buloy and I chwara ben, Elena ben. When a corku belui at the same time, tang chwara. Go watch you prove and go, what you think are tongue tree. You want to go? Because chwara can't go chwara go to 30, I believe, or 3:30. You look like Bella Pen. In the Chibala Gitaro Gunus or Tharo 20 minutes. We don't want to make that mistake. So you are Braloy, but you are Braloy, Quabe Quen Braloy, the Quabuquenga. We are intending Belang Kongwen Borkero. Hey, Kongwana. Wayne Belana and a tree, Belana and a duke, Belana and Nuer, Belana and Bargazal and Equatoria. Abtoten, Vigilajan, Jackie Tauke one, Ejal Martin. Pokajin Legatin, the whole day. Abrade. Kanga voting annual, I work. Work a baking committee.
Yeah. There were some suggestions, there were some ideas that this counting process doesn't be alive so that we could be what you are doing. What can you say to that?
There are disadvantages of putting it live, and there are advantages. People will know that what is being done. They could see what is being done. But there will be prediction of who is winning. And it can cause problem outside. So only what we will do, a TV gabu tau, screen dirga, ke gabu ke tau. Abi ko ke ating ke for records. In ke gabu loy, but I check public. If there is a need, then we'll consult kind of candidate. But we know very well that abangadi have predicted kukala have a problem caused me. And even inside, so we are not intending with our life. But let them belong TV. beto TV kene be ya tingi kre nga kana kuteo bong lui.
So you mean there will be a video recording that is
There will
going
be a
on to
recording,
be an
big screen beto.
So now core evident afterwards.
Akor evident kaka bigu nyudin.
Mhm.
The full of it.
Yeah.
Let's say 10 hours.
Okay.
Recorded.
Maybe there are unforeseen challenges that are coming up. How prepared are you for this? During that time, we don't need that candidate. What you could run corbitium, a chain corgu, or run. And then conversation will drag on and drop. Are you just walk on media? You could tell the results, go because in a conversation that is going on behind the scene. So a single call of that kind, how will you manage that?
I don't know. Yung brolo Louis Baden, kay kucha che ngade. Lekin chira long ride be jam len chira na kor. Na ye candidate ke jam nan Akuei Louis ka belu yung Akuei Louis. Wajen sa beto. Ko ja bge na sign, ko dir ke ne ben bge sign. So waji chiel kine confirm by the agents. Kusigini che za beto. Bu organize like that. So chira long ride jam len na cha kor.
So do you believe that by 12 a.m. results are checked?
No, by 12 noon. No, it is
12 a.m. at night.
I don't think we'll go there. I'm really intending that we finish at 4 or 5. Result Bukachal, someone, or Tadi. And I will try this organization here, Avianum Nomrani can in Gabetautin.
No, you just mentioned that 4 p.m. in Kabini.
4 or 5.
Bento. Voting.
Voting at the
Okay.
And I'm giving these 2 hours. When I get the last vote, book a queen. Could queen a big joke, maybe around 8. In a box in Atian. Wabu Bokro Abu Gayatao. One with the younger lady request. They bong a thing. They bong a lay bed. We get a bull. Now you will go when I can to you got when I'm voting of a talk. You got your pen. We might finish at 10.
Right.
Thank
you, Muolana, for talking to us. We are still going on, but now what Bello is screening Bubelating some of the questions that our viewers are asking as we go for a short musical break. We'll be right.
Oh God, did I will. Oh God, quiet, Kaya. Let a war. You did a quack, jet, Panamiki. Golden, going on, you, mommy. Now we're being the woman, yeah. My woman, my queen. Woman, the queen. Yama, you be out to do this. I can't ever see. I'm ready. You're linked to the game. So when you want to be, you got very dark and red. With a good chicken. One I need a woman. And you're the dog, and I will, oh, call the quiet, Kaya. Let a war, and you did a what the jet Panamiki. Golden, going on to mommy, my queen. Now we're being the woman, yeah, my woman, my queen. Woman, the queen. Yama, if you be out to do this, I can't ever feel. I'm ready, morning, to the game. So when you want to be. You very dark and red, but my dear, I need a woman. And you're the dog, I put your idea. Don't want my cool or county, Jabba. And a jewel, my one got good. Ya jumba jok amu makwinu majaba babai ungan yang dane juga ajero gwen ni unu manyang wali gatu deviti kwe ali kitwa tara kwa kabi dong anje oi magam akoli le nyura ko jen manyere ina yon kujulwa ya kukolia aba de jujor aba tumwe Magi, Mayang. Ayanda le unma yalo na jot Kugangi jana ya jungma jok Amunga kuna majaga babayo man Yanda ne juka Mejelo nwen Ni unma nyangwa ligatu Tewiti Ye ani kipana tarapa Kapi medon Mga jek ay magok Akole lo nyurako Yenga nyele inayot Itulo yali akukolia Naga wana jujot Naga juweyo Kare nga jojo Maki wajang ngomrongopon Yara lipo ni dukwalwa Ajime ni jiru katu Aira kirka maji Ngeti tumwa Ajitu ngetaika Abayo Ingaya Ngagabitu Tumbo Bagule Ingai Manyago soram Dalawai makiri Gai meni Kuwal goki Adur peta iko Nyene wonga Dongku manjot Iu na wara namfat Amu dubura Iku mai magar Yandere lom Kamila jader nyale kandi Kitorye Wara jo Merga namkule unimki Yari na injinke tonku Kugagarom Yandere manila nake Mayar aku Mayar Akuei Manga Kunganyi kwat Pajunga yuen Majula chizun Yarien Bang yene majak Amu kenyu kile unga bilyo Manu wara ya sukun Yang iwe ne kayu rekai Mami roye Kusana lai majunga Uwe ne kanyaka ju Amu kira madingwa Tiga urengang machot Asar tung dia oi mor Dema ina god Kulo mebil Yaga tenggil Izar Tana bane kurbakali Ika ikin kukondo Kurgo niye Tony bielo Majore pinga ban Nabu kori nipa Kai mading Kayang belbi Tigaraka Wami tuwa Panalia Yang lagi Kaya yer Wajara Maya maya Amir kai pandai Tiga urengang machot Asar tung dia oi mor Dema ina god Kulo mebil Yaga tenggil Izar Tana bane kurbakali Ika ikin kukondo Kurgo niye Tony bielo Majore pinga ban Nabu kori nipa Kai mading Kayang belbi Tigaraka Wami tuwa Panalia Yang lagi kaya yer Wajara Maya maya Amir kai pandai Oi makir walang idulu Kuat Nama nyodi Kukulibu Demi biri Direma Jangan kakar Kumalada tur Anjira Nugani Temaju Bawang Kor Pasadu Urin Madinga Yer Kudipun Ayi kaja Jangan Wenmen Keirului Anu bayang Weni Kalewar Padewar Dili Dili Kamana Jujot Juman Dipilih Juman Ton Majunya Kumabibor Ikarapon Ay makirwa Lang idulu Kuat Nama nyodi Kukulibu Demi biri Direma Jangan kakar Kumalada tur Anjira Nugani Temaju Bawang Kor Pasadu Urin Madinga Yer Kudipun Ayi kaja Jangan Wenmen
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that beautiful song by Bor County by Jong Agwek, which you and we are still continuing with Muolana Malith Ngang Reech, who is actually the chairperson of the Independent Electoral Committee for the BCYA election 2025. I am Manyang David Mayar. We have been going through some of the comments, some of the great comments. We appreciate you for doing that. Commentators kujala koi dai walk kukachaga gor achuka queen kukachuka ping kok achuka lum. And now there are some questions. One of the questions in Muolana A from Ayuen Simon. Ayuen Simon Ejam can you correct this issue of voting by Payam? What are you planning to do that?
Thank you again. Yeah, actually we corrected. Corrected that in the bylaws. So for it to be corrected, the bylaws book can work. ran to ware in a general assembly. So can actually correct it. I need to along difficulties. Okay. I know quite get it, but I could violate Jal Kanwar.
So Muolana is agreeing. Yes, it is wrong. I ain't quite targeted, but accord be nyai long.
Yeah.
So yen ke kichil wel kana because long da to won ter ko be war, but da kin be war. So na le long war mi kai some of the things be members of General Assembly ke BCYA to Juba be put into consideration. So you have to write that down. The part B of that question in Muolana is something that talks about tallying of votes. We know Nale votes korbuka jalchala kayelwela this candidate these votes achike yo in this payam. Kuberko lo these votes nge these votes achike yo in this payam. Why can't we just make them as centers? Because there will be registration centers. There may be Shirkat, Lologo, Gudele, or wherever. Why can't you take your 2,000 delegates, Kenya, who are voters, and call them by the names of these centers instead of saying, Ngadi e yuige payamage, Ngadi e yuige payamage, or Ngadi e tem payamage? Because a yirana la nyala, ulwela koka yuta, I koka payam cholkene.
It's possible. Can a long can allow it. Long a little bit of payam. So even a lequen loyal who have belong 2 boxes. One box of Yakri Lija, one box of Yakri Ton. Now, paper Bialum, lay a kring look a kring, pitch a bock ngay. Kini a kringa, pitch a bock ngay. Kini a kringa. If I am token. So, Bala Yuala, picture of Bangadi, take for example, by it. A chibini a biongari jituer, a tong Elija, young a quadri jituer on Elija, if a tudri jituer on Elija, or Ton in the same way. A chirobini. Because I got by the Belka alum could have get 2 boxes.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Another question from Ajakguong. Voting cards will not be given out. Problem because if you are not giving out voting cards.
Yeah, na problem B. Ke voting card na necessary beto. A chu kor beto long why could be a ballot paper in a beto. But serial number be a gamin. Voting card kung beto in the serial number agor voting card. Ujil gani yin. A lo ben in gabaya ben gani in kwa ID do. Me a see serial number do. Kwa ID do. So I can problem B.
Maybe you can explain further. Maybe why is it important for you to keep the voting cards?
Okay, na joli unia kien voting card ayo ku reti ku chwaro. Na chi chwaro kran wene chene choice ben in jaga no ben war. In ji ben a chane chi bin bichwer. Ba na le ran wo ku ka bo ya benyai. Na le ran wo ka chi binyi na de tere ben war ku jor ku. To ba ka riaje ba kan dir ga ba ka riaje. Ko wa je ke. To ba ya be mina mai.
And already you had said in the code of conduct that coach achike what cake.
Yes.
Now we go to our next question. Yeah, in case it happens, Rane,
it is against the law. We can even disqualify
the candidate or the
candidate.
The delegate.
If it was done in the knowledge of the candidate,
yeah,
the candidate did it intentionally. The candidate himself did it intentionally. Then we can take action.
Okay. How about in situations whereby some delegates feel like cake pen rights because are doing supported to paint by Amden cake or the section? What will you do to that section?
Can I choose a problem? Because kaka take what or regular take section, we don't know. Can I there is a problem there.
Okay.
When I watch Jamar, we go 1,000. Nichilar 1,000 per payam. They did for which are but a public with Jaiwa.
Yeah.
A public a Jaiwa.
Okay. We have another question from Alir Cholngaten. Alir, let me see this. Jotting. Yeah, Naranchola Lira team is having some concern. Certificates because use or documents, legal document because use Berangala chair. You talked of passport, national ID card, birth certificates. So it was like, yeah.
Now, age assessment, these 3 documents are legal documents. If you prevent somebody from voting and you go to court, you will be in for it.
Okay.
Age assessment or birth certificate are legal documents. You cannot refuse.
How about in a situation where you register with his jinsia or passport or any other documents? Kulemar before the voting day, what will happen?
Well, we are trying to see how do we help this person. The disadvantages are that we can make IDs to be photocopied by the section and they bring them for record. In case if you forget yours, we can go. But the disadvantages are people can leave the document all. It will be too hard for us.
Mhm. Okay.
That is the disadvantage.
So with viewers,
we are not
where
encouraging.
delegates, between you need to make sure during this electoral process, akorba your IDs or legal documents, bagamu apiat
Bagabay.
na bagabay, and then you go and keep them very well. Do not keep very well and when bigeng ma, because that may lead you into problem. Binang issues when IEC could chibangachwer a candidate dun kor. In this case, we could die, could catch a dictator on agonga kujela Elijah Manyang Jok. Ke kanang their parties. For the case of Tonagok, kayigichol Bor Action for Change. In the case of Elijah Manyok, kayigichol Borda or Bor Development Alliance. These are the parties contesting this year for the 2025 BCYA elections. In the studio with us, Muolana, David Malith Ngang Reech, who is the chairperson of the IEC 2025. Now we have got some other questions, and I will not forget myself. This is Manyang David Mayar. Mantiog, one other question from Majer Aganya Guto. How will you ensure that the modalities, the moderating questions are not leaked to candidates? How will you make sure during the moderation, near open campaigns, how will you make sure that moderating questions are not leaked to the candidates ahead of
This
time?
question is a matter of credibility.
Mhm.
There is no concrete answer for it, but it's a matter of credibility.
Mhm.
That is where credibility is started. Even leaking the result. If we are able to leak the questions, then we can even leak the results. So that question is a matter of credibility.
So in Majer, there is nothing like that. The IC is saying that they will be creative and they will not leak out. And not only creative, they are also professional in what they are doing. Second question in Muolana, in case elections come as a draw, what will you do?
Election come
as a draw. The two candidates get same votes. What happened?
Well, all our decisions we do in consultation with the community leaders. And
what does the law say about that?
there's nothing.
So if Elijah get 100 and Tonago gets 100, you don't know what to do?
Possibly, we can take the national laws. The national laws allow a rerun. That's what we can do.
Okay.
Because where there is no law, we take national laws.
Do you have
The national laws allow the rerun, and we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have this issue of 50% plus one? And if a candidate is not managing to get 50% plus one, what do you do?
Not at all. Not at all. It's not in the rules. Yes.
So
It's not in the rules. It's a popular vote. The delegate is assumed to be a popular vote. It's not there in the rule. You can take, for example, because a lot of people might not come and vote, so the percentage will be less from those who have registered.
Great.
So
Thank you very much. I think we have come almost to the end of this discussion. We're quite done with you. And now I'm giving a chance to Muolana, David Malith, to say his last remarks. What confidence are you going to instill among the voters which are supporters of the Tukam? Manadagian, the electoral process is going to be credible. You will have nothing to do with the results.
Thank you so much. First of all, let me thank the studio, which I can we call checking it all. There are some clarification to the lawyer, ne? Because you thing, waiting one way idea. Don't anything they need us, who will still come here for public interest. Now, what I can say, cracker, and another election, can Abu Loy through media. Where I recorded. Where I recorded. When I recorded there. Now, Kiwailuya, in case na even en kuaran number then. Ika biri era chan be bagada riok.
Mhm.
In the reason you want mechanism because the another we trust ourselves,
Yeah.
but for public to trust us, we have to create a system that if one of us been war at the last minute, naturally, and Dr. Thonagol did this. Okay, we supporters cha malka abia okay. Because we are lawyer nene system icha lawyer when ga biko go use a chinde yan kwal
Mhm.
war hey
Mhm.
so can surety on our side tong dictor ethic now we'll leave that one to the public.
Yeah.
So we assure the public that nana the election gonna be piat abichene irregularities kukabugulo on time chibelo wako we'll try our best chibelo wako
Chana go ko doj dira kun.
chan bako dajal na
Go
na
ko
ton
doj
nyali
dira.
pio ton nyali pio ga to ta wan tadi we'll try our best ajuer kana bo number mo bornyi kan chan ai number an ku chen ga chen le ko nyo ko number an ni chen abulo ka bu juira pet bedai to beto ga chen ma chakan kene yen ke kala ba le public na daga we don't panic kina bulo ya pet team to kana team pet ai ko da ko ju ga changa ni but lon chulo yen ninga ku kangor achen complain now kene kala ban public yo ku la we de ga dier yen abu loy ito kor ga yen pion wona ban in ga kala ba le ga waraka.
Great. We are waiting for one question that is coming in from our production engineer.
Okay.
And then we will be winding up with Coach Dai. So, who do you prefer between Thonagok and Elijah Manyang?
Well, all of them I bore. Kuna yika bor keran chi bor bay yen keranda. Pito na lo na chi yalo na rantok. Whether ye manyoge ne tem ga thon ne tem. Kujitemala. All of us who are Louis. So it doesn't matter here in abo. To me,
Yeah.
I think long in my board yen abo. And all of them, according to their document, I think I okay in terms of document. In terms of jam I okay. I need public kwanye.
Good.
So it doesn't matter yang abo. He very important here. Every election below get young. This is the most important thing.
The ground has to be level.
Below get young. Being a European na
Is the ground really level enough?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now we have some other questions. Thank you, Deng Akuei, for writing them down and for catching them. We have one from Kuruthombor. Why is the election not for all members, but delegates? Is delegate system democratic? That is a question from Kuruthombor.
Yes, delegate system is not democratic. Why I said it is not democratic, it is even against the constitution. The right of a registered member is to vote. And there are people being denied. But this is what our constitution says. Our constitution is contradicting itself. Ache law long. Aye will right we bachwer. Google will delegate. Kiran un kin bene. Ache na right de nyai.
Why do you think the constitution is only choosing delegate system over the general body?
The yena lang machakil to. Machakil to. Where result be prepare the election jiben. Suppose we are prepare earlier. Naturally 20,000, 30,000 ka ngur bachwer. Lekin ay jalb at the last minute. So you cannot manage 20,000 in 2 months. It's possible. I believe in gage lawyer. But I can't excuse here. A constitution to go to Mila Corboa. Uluga popular vote. But registration alloy 3 months when the office start. When the term of the office start.
Oh, right. So Muolana David Malith Ngang Reech supposed be ayi. Ebranaban be anang say in these elections. Now when registered member of the BCYA in Juba. So na kwan benyi borale kulwela kai wo wadia waka ki kwanyin. Kubichibia some few individuals. So yin kure tongobor Muolana has answered you very well that KLO can be manageable. Broad deal book Queen 2,500. Okay. Now you can tell us your last remarks as we wind up and close this interview. Thank you.
Now I will repeat myself. Timane kine jalwela to ba wegle ko to work chol. Ukene buka coin. Be question chike tijene. Abi public abi kala team ko abi kala digest. credibility da be church today yen ke chong ne I ani public yo kulel election number pial believe in ourselves which work by kabulu believe it assure you that
Great.
achiran young bulu pion don.
Great. Thank you very much, Consul David Malith Ngang Reech, IEC Chairperson 2025 for BCYA, for talking to us.
Thank you so much, Manyang and David Mayar.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And a big thank you to all our viewers from around the globe in the city of Juba, national in the States, in neighboring countries, Uganda and Kenya, and the whole of East Africa, as well as those watching from United States and Australia, including Europe. Thank you for watching and for joining us. Please join us again next time. I've been with you, your host, Manyang David Mayar, and Deng Akuei behind the camera. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.
Toliban board, bipila yal yal, money Bible, bipila yeg yeg, Tony Bible. And Malaga Jogan, Bolgraja, Punyana Kamden, Untung Juk, and when I do a boy, and I do, then find third one. Don't be a gamudian. Karanguloid, you will walk out with him. Alamaya ngaje bara beliu pada borge centorir Iti kodog yidi lo ipun Yidi kaya kone tang werutik Doke longwe kiri kore nyira bay Ayene